Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you very much for your kind association. Please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण। Dear devotees, by the causeless mercy of Srila Prabhupada and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we are continuing our reading of Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Shri Krishna is telling Srimati Satyabhama Devi and his other queens of Dwarka about his life in Vrindavan and how much happiness he experienced in Vrindavan, how much love the Vrajvasis have for him, and how he never wanted to really marry, how he had given his heart to the Vraj Gopis, and how life took a very different turn when he left Vrindavan. One thing after another kept him busy. And then he had to marry Rukmini because she would give up her life if Krishna wouldn't accept her. And the Vrajvasis remained in the anguish of separation. And their love for Sri Krishna is so great that Sri Krishna says, even if I were to go back, they will perhaps think that they are hallucinating and I am not real. And even if they think I am real, they will always be in anxiety that Krishna is going to leave us again. And oh, if he leaves us again, we will not be able to survive. Let us see what happens after that. Uddhav changes Krishna's mood. अहो बत मया तत्र कृतं यादृक् स्थितं यथा तदस्तु किल दूरेऽत्र निर्वक्तुं च न शक्यते. अहो बत, alas, alas, oh, alas, what I did and how I lived in Vraj seem here so far away that with you I cannot even speak of those things. Shri Krishna is saying to Satyabhama Devi, how I lived in Vrindavan, what I did in Vraj, all those things are so much in the past now, almost 100 years ago, and you will not be able to understand. Krishna clearly said you will not be able to understand. So I cannot even speak of those things. Maya tatra kritam, what I did in Vraj, nirvaktum na shakyate. It is not possible for me to describe it. Since Shri Krishna is all powerful and his omnipotence is never diminished by any circumstance, Shri Krishna should be able to take on any appearance and act as he likes. In Dwaraka or anywhere else, he should be able to make his life in Dwaraka just as it was in Vrindavan. Okay, this can be a proposition. You have created a Brahmaji has created Nava Vrindavan. Create a real Vrindavan. Come on. You can expand yourself in many Krishnas. Create another Vrindavan in Dwarka. But Shri Krishna's desires change according to the atmosphere in which he lives. Outside Vraj, he simply feels less inspired to express his sentiments freely. In this verse, therefore, Shri Krishna utters the words Aho Bata, oh alas, alas, indicating great disappointment. In Dwaraka, Shri Krishna cannot perform the same delightful pastimes of his childhood or surround himself with his beloved gopis and other Vrajvasis like Nanda, Yashoda, like Shrudama, Sudama, Ujjwal, Madhumangal, Stoka Krishna, and of course Srimati Radharani, Lalita Sakhi, Vishakha Sakhi, the Manjaris. In Dwarka, he cannot perform those pastimes. The Dwarka environment is so foreign to the intimate mood of Vraja that Sri Krishna cannot even discuss with his Dwarka associates his earlier days in any but the most vague terms. In vague terms, he says sometimes, but he cannot really explicitly elaborate on his life in Vraja in front of Dwarka devotees because the mood of Vraja is very intimate, very different. And also, the level of devotees in Vraj is so superior compared to any other dham, including Dwarka. If he were, if Sri Krishna were to speak of these matters with the Dwarkavasis too explicitly, the Dwarkavasis would become lost in trance and unable to continue their own service. Eka sametad tadrin mahaprema bhara prabhavatah वक्ष्यत्यदकिञ्चन मज्जीविते शिष्यवरे स्वसन्निभे. Shri Krishna is saying, just one person, almost as dear to me as the devotees of Vraja, will be able to describe those topics of Vraja. And that is Srimati Radharani's personal parrot sitting on Srimati Radharani's Karakamal. He has seen Radharani's tears. He has heard Radharani's vilap after I left. And he has such love for Srimati Radharani. And that one person who is almost as dear to me as the devotees of Raj is Shri Shukadev, the son of Badarayana Vyas, Shri Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasdev. Badarayana Vyas, one who sat under the Badari tree, the berry tree deep in the forest. That person is called Badarayana. Like one who sleeps on the Nara, on the water, is Narayana. Similarly, one who sits under the Badri tree is Badarayana. And his son is called Badarayani. By the power of his great love in the mood of the Vrajvasis, he will speak something of those matters to his excellent disciple. Who is a disciple? One who is speaking. Sometimes great devotees also have this tasak. Vyasdev is writing. Himself is writing. Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmatsaranam satam वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदम् तापत्रयोन्मूलनम् श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनि कृत खुद बोल रहे महामुनि कृत किं वा परैरीश्वर सद्य हृद्यवरुद्धते तकृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिस्तत्क्षणा हरि हरि that nigama kalpataru galitam phalam will be spoken shukamukhad amrita samyutam, and that Rasik Vaishnava who will be Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muhuro Rasika Bhuvi Bhavuka, that Bhavuk Rasik will be Vishnu Rath Shri Parikshit Maharaj. Hari Bol. Shri Krishna is predicting. Just one person almost as dear to me as the devotees of Vraj will be able to describe those topics. Shri Shukadev Goswami, the son of Badarayana Vyas. By the power of his great love in the mood of the Vrajvasis, Shri Shukadev Goswami will speak something, well, few chapters in one canto. He'll speak something, kinchit. Word used, I think, was kinchit. Hmm. Vakshat adha kinchana badarayanir majjivite shishavare swa sannibhe. Kinchan. Something he will speak. Vakshati means he will speak. To his disciple, excellent disciple, Shishavara means the best among the disciples, Sri Parikshit Maharaj. He will speak something of those matters of Vrajalila to his excellent disciple, Shishavara, who resembles Sri Shukdev Goswami in spiritual qualities and whom I once brought back to life. Haribol. Krishna had brought him back to life. Mat Jivite. He had been killed by Ashwathama's Brahmastra in the womb. But I went as Gadadhar inside the womb and I brought him back to life. कैसे ना भगवान Krishna is predicting that Parikshit, who was brought back to life, Majjivite, will hear from Sri Shukdev Goswami about Vraj Leela. 10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam. Hari Hari. Commentary. If no one ever hears Sri Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes described, how will Sri Krishna fulfill the main purpose of his descent? To spread throughout the world the transcendental taste of Prem Rasa. To spread Vraj Bhakti, Vraj Bhav, someone has to write about Vrindavan Leela. Anticipating this question, Shri Krishna answers it here. Because Krishna is telling Dwarkavasis, I cannot speak about Vraj to all of you. Oh, then it will be lost? No. In the future, there is one devotee who is almost as dear to me as the Vrajvasis. Therefore, what does Lord Shiva say? Who knows? What does Lord Shiva say about understanding Srimad Bhagavatam? इधर भी देखो ठसक देखो शिव जी की. We are talking about the ठसक. Yes, Sudevi Gopi Mataji. Take care, take care, take care. Don't let the bhoga get burnt. Yes.
Prabhuji, I heard, I don't remember it very nicely, but it's remember the Aham Beti,
Yes.
Sukha Beti, but Vyasa Beti na Beti va. I think. Maybe
Yes.
I'm wrong.
No, you're perfectly right. Shri Shankar Bhagwan wrote this on the first page of the Sridhari Tika of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Sridhar Goswami came in the Advaita Sampradaya of Kashi, but he was a pure devotee of Bhagwan Shri Narsimhadev. And he was the first commentator. Srila Sridhar Swami Maharaj was the first commentator on Srimad Bhagavatam. And when he presented his commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam to the Vidwans, they raised objection. Why are you commenting on Srimad Bhagavatam? That is not for Advaitavadis like us. and they decided to throw the tika into the Ganga. However, some Vidwans were a little sympathetic and they said, why don't we give this tika a chance? Let us keep this tika in front of Shankar Bhagwan, who is residing in Kashi as Shri Kashi Vishwanath Bhagwan. Close the door, and in the morning we will see. At night, Shri Kashi Vishwanath ji can read through the Sridhari Tika, and if he gives a stamp of approval, we can keep this Tika. Otherwise, we can throw it. This is what the sympathizer said. So Srila Sridhar Swami had full faith because in Srimad Bhagavatam, he has read, Shri Shukdev Goswami has said, Vaishnavana Metha Shambhu. So Srila Sridhar Swami was only too happy to allow Shri Shankar Bhagwan to adjudicate on the matter. So Srila Sridhar Swami's only copy, in those days there were no duplicate copies, he wrote the original manuscript of the Sridhari Tika, which took years and years to write. All 12 cantos he commented on. That Tika, Sridhari Tika, was placed in front of Shankar Bhagwan in Kashi, inside the Garbhagriha, right in front of the deity of Shri Kashi Vishwanath, who is Lord Shiva. The door was closed, and Sridhar Swami kept praying to Lord Shri Narsimhadev. He was a Narsimha Bhakta. Ugropi anugra evayam swabhaktanam nrikeshari keshari va swapotanam annesham ugra vikrama. This very beautiful famous verse mentioned in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is from the Sridhari Tika, 7th Canto Tika. In the morning, when the door of the temple room was opened, the Sridhari Tika was right there in front of Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva, in his own handwriting, had written something on the front page of that Sridhari Tika. And that was Aham Vedmi Shuko Vetti Vyaso Vetti na Vetti va Bhaktya Bhagavatam Grahayam na Budhaya na cha Tikaya. Your ever well wisher, Shri Kashi Vishwanath Bhagwan. Hare Krishna. Shivji said, Shankar Bhagwanji said, this is, we're talking about Thasak. Thasak of Srila Vyasdev is a Mahamuni Krite. I have written it. The Mahamuni has written. And here we see the Thasak of Lord Shri Shankar Bhagwan. He says, Aham Vedmi. I understand Srimad Bhagavatam. Shuko Vetti. This devotee who is almost as dear to Krishna as the Vrajvasis, he understands. And this Vyasdev, Shukdev Goswami ke baap, Vyaso Vetti na Vetti va. There is a doubt whether he knows or not. I cannot certify whether he really understands Bhagavatam or not. क्यों? Bhaktya Bhagavatam Grahyam. Bhaktya Bhagavatam Grahyam. Only a devotee can really receive, accept, assimilate, and understand Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhaktya Bhagavatam Grahyam. Na Budhaya. Not by high IQ, not by PhD, not by being extremely intelligent, great orator, sharp thinker, quick thinker. Na Budhaya. Not by intelligence. Na cha Tikaya. And not by reading, writing different commentaries can one understand Srimad Bhagavatam. Oh, I have studied all the commentaries. No. Remember we were discussing yesterday in Washington. आप पढ़ के समझे हो कि समझ के पढ़े हो? It comes down to that. Because one who has understood will never be arrogant, will have no pride, will have no envy. So, Sri Shankar Bhagwan is saying, I understand Bhagavatam. Shukdev Goswami understands Bhagavatam. I cannot say with certainty whether Vyasdev understands or not because He has written many other things also. So I don't know where his heart is. But Bhaktya Bhagavatam Grahyam. Devotee can understand Bhagavatam. Na Budhaya, not by intelligence, na cha tikaya. Not by reading various commentaries can one really understand Bhagavatam. Because one can read commentaries very, very academically also. Once, what was his name? Who started the Bhakti Shastri course in ISKCON? Srila Prabhupada's disciple. Um, I think His Holiness Purna Chandra Swami Maharaj. He left this material world many years ago, I think 2 or 3 decades ago. But I had the good fortune of meeting him in Radha Gopinath Mandir. And I forgot what, in remembering Maharaj's name, I forgot. Purnachandra Swami, His Holiness Srila Purnachandra Swami Maharaj. If I remember, I'll tell you. But anyway, so no Budhaya, no Chatikaya. Yes, my Krishna's mercy, I remembered. So His Holiness Srila Purnachandra Swami Maharaj told us a very, very interesting anecdote which has stayed with me. I must have heard this in probably 27 years ago, 27, 28 years ago. But I still remember it. So His Holiness Srila Purnachandra Swami Maharaj, a disciple of Srila Prabhupada's, was one of the pioneers who started the Bhakti Shastri course in the world of ISKCON. And also he was very learned in Sri Bhagavad Gita. And although he was American born, but you know, very well learned in the Holy Scriptures. And because he was so well learned, a devotional scholar, naturally you have a proclivity to associate with other Vidvans. So he, in during the course of his preaching and book distribution in New York, Boston area, Northeast USA, he came across the profile of a professor of Eastern religion at not Harvard Medical School, at Harvard University. And when he was reading the profile, it turned out that this particular American professor had done his PhD on a certain section of Srila Jiva Goswami's Shad Sandarbhas. Now, this is in the 1980s. There are not that many devotees. ISKCON is known, but not that well known, and especially not many knew about the Shad Sandarbhas because Srila Prabhupada never translated them. Srila Prabhupada would certainly have, but Srila Prabhupada in his Leela did not have time. He gave what was required, what was said. It's enough for us. Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, NOD, NOI, Brahma Samhita. But Srila Prabhupada refers to the Shad Sandarbhas throughout his Bhaktivedanta purports. So many places, even in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Prabhupada mentions about the Shad Sandarbhas and encourages us to study. Now, here His Holiness Srila Purnachandra Swami Maharaj comes across a PhD professor who has done his thesis on Srila Jiva Goswami's Shad Sandarbhas. He got really excited. Wow, this person has spent years and years studying Srila Jiva Goswami's literatures and spent years teaching it also. So they called up the university, got hold of the secretary, and then got through to the professor and spoke that we are members of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, we are students of Srimad Bhagavatam. The Shad Sandarbhas are the most elaborate, authoritative, thematic explanation of Srimad Bhagavatam, and I was just thrilled to read your profile. We ISKCON devotees would like to come and meet you. That's what here is a ready-made devotee who can contribute so much to the world of preaching, Bhagavad Prachar. He said, oh, yes, yes, yes. Um, you are all Vaishnavas. I would like to receive you. Why don't you all come to my home? So the devotees are even happier. He's not calling us to his office for a formal meeting. He's giving us his home address, he's inviting us to his home. They were so excited. So they went, and when they went, to their dismay, they were served alcohol and meat. As a welcome drink, they were given some whiskey, and then what he had prepared for them was meat. And in their innocence, because they were all still young devotees in the 1980s, uh, they had made an assumption that if someone is so deeply into the Bhagavatam, so deeply into the Shad Sandarbhas of Srila Jiva Goswami, then no meat eating, no intoxication is very basic. First canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, four sinful activities: meat eating, intoxication, as gambling. And then His Holiness Srila Purnachandra Swami Maharaj said, unfortunately, that day I realized that there can be people who have spent a vast chunk of their life studying Bhagavatam. Someone can spend 15 years studying and teaching Srimad Bhagavatam and not have spent 15 minutes following it. Hare Krishna. There's a difference between knowing and following. This professor had studied Srimad Bhagavatam for 15 years, but had not followed it for 15 minutes also. Hare Krishna. So, Krishna is answering it. What will happen to Prem Ras? If someone doesn't describe it, it will be lost. Anticipating this question, Sri Krishna answers it here. The glory of the Prem Ras of Sri Vrajadham will be revealed when Srila Shukadev Goswami recites Srimad Bhagavatam to the Mahabhagavat, Sri Parikshit Maharaj. Because Srila Shukdev Goswami's own devotional realizations closely follow the elevated mood of the Vrajvasis, he has the power to convey the glories of Vraj in the ecstatic Srimad Bhagavatam poetry emanating from his lips. Shuka Mukhad Amrita Drava Samyutam. Even the brief glimpse of the infinite ocean of Krishna Bhakti Rasa that Sri Shukadev Goswami will reveal in Srimad Bhagavatam will be enough to impart to any human being who hears with honest intent the highest taste of pure devotion. Shri Shukadev Goswami will speak Srimad Bhagavatam to the most suitable listener, the great Vaishnav, Shri Parikshit Maharaj, whom Shri Krishna returned to life when Parikshit Maharaj was in the womb of his mother Uttara Devi. According to the narration of the Mahabharata, the Brahmastra weapon of Ashwathama actually killed Uttara's fetus. But Shri Krishna entered Srimati Uttara Devi's womb. Uttara was the wife of Abhimanyu, who is son of Arjun, and gave Parikshit a new body. And Parikshit became Krishna Jivita. Haribo. Krishna Jivita. Not only in the sense that Krishna restored him to life, but also because every moment of his life was dedicated to remembering Shri Krishna. In fact, he was always looking for Krishna. Nirikshan, Parikshan, he was always looking, where is Krishna? Where is that personality who saved me in the womb? I had darshan of him in the womb. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? So he was called Parikshit because he was always looking for Krishna. He would inspect every place. Is there Krishna? Is there Krishna? Always looking for Krishna. Hey Radhe Vraja Devike. Hey Radhe Vraja Devike. Chalalite. Hey Nanda Suno Kutaha. Where are you? श्रीगोवर्धन कल्पपादपतले कालिन्दीवने कुतः घोषन्ताविति सर्वतो व्रजपुरे खेदैर्महाविह्वलौ वन्दे रूपसनातनौ रघुयुगौ श्रीजीवगोपालकौ. Always remembering Krishna, always looking for Krishna. And Sri Parishit Maharaj became Krishna Jivita. Not only in the sense that Sri Krishna restored him to life, but also because every moment of his life was dedicated to remembering Krishna. He was a perfect Vaishnava, like his guru, Sri Shukdev Goswami. And therefore, Sri Shukdev Goswami could speak to Maharaj Parikshit the most confidential secrets. Remember, we were discussing this yesterday. Shastra is revealed according to the level of advancement of the listener. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam is Pramanam Amalam. By the combined efforts of the most qualified speaker, Sri Shukdev Goswami, and the most qualified listener, Maharaj Parikshit, Srimad Bhagavatam can distribute Puran Arka. Bhagavatam is Puran Arka that has arisen now. Udita Adhuna. It is a Puran Arka after Shri Krishna Swadhama Pagate, after Krishna has returned to the world, spiritual world. Here in this material world, the great Puran Arka, the sun, the Puran, which is like the sun, Arka, can disseminate its sublime light even in this blind age of Kali Yuga. Hare Krishna. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. श्री बृहद भागवतामृत की जय. भागवतम की जय, भागवतामृत की जय. All glories to Srimad Bhagavatam, all glories to the nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, what happens next, dear devotees? We will see Krishna willing. Tomorrow Gaurang Prabhu will be here by Krishna's mercy. So, I will be in the puppy mode, running around him. So, I will not be able to do anything. Um, but we'll see how things go. Um, but I would like to sing something. We are reading about Srila Shukadev Goswami, who is the transcendental parrot of Srimati Radharani. He is the Shuka of Vrindavan. So I would like to sing something where Sri Shukdev Goswami is glorified. No, not Sri Shukdev Goswami, but there is some mention of the Shukas of Vrindavan. Any guess? The Shuka, parrots of the Vrajvasis, are mentioned. And this is written by another Shuka, another parrot, who was lovingly called the Leela Shuka, Shri Bilva Mangal Thakur. Haribol. We'll sing the Govinda Damodar Stotram. It's very beautiful. And there are some verses here where it is mentioned how the Vraj Gopis had pet parrots. And they would hold the parrot in their hand and give a pomegranate piece to them and say Krishna, and the parrot say, Krishna, Krishna, and they would give a pomegranate to the parrot. That is mentioned by Sri Leela Shuka, Shri Bilomangal Thakur. And one of the Shuka of Radharani is Shri Shukadev Goswami. Haribol. Shri Bilvamangal Thakur Maharaj ki jai. Shri Sanatan Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. अग्रे कुरूणामथ पाण्डवानां दुःशासनेनाहृतवस्त्रकेशा कृष्णा तदाक्रोशदनन्यनाथ गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति श्रीकृष्ण विष्णो मधुकैटभारे भक्तानुकम्पिन् भगवन्मुरारे त्रायस्व मां केशवलोकनाथ गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति विक्रेतु कामा किल गोपकन्या मुरारिपादार्पित चित्तविभ्रम चित्तवृत्ति दद्याधिकं मोहवशादवोचद् गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति उलूखले सम्भृततण्डुलांश्च सङ्घट्टयन्त्यो मुशलये प्रमुग्धा गायन्ति गोप्यो जनितानुरागा गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति काचित् कराम्भोजपुटे निषण्णं क्रीडाशुकं किं शुकरक्ततुण्डम् अध्यापयामास सरोरुहाक्षि गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गृहे गृहे गोपवधूसमूह प्रतिक्षणं पिञ्जरसारिकानां स्खलद्गिरं वाचयितुं प्रवृद्धो गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति. This is the verse where the parrots are mentioned. Gopis holding them. Kachit Karambhoja. Karambhoja means on the lotus hand. The gopis are keeping the shuka and talking. पर्यङ्किकाभाजमलं कुमारं प्रस्वापयन्त्योऽखिलगोपकन्या जगूप्रबन्धं स्वरतालबन्धं गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति रामानुजं वीक्षणकेलिलोलं गोपी गृहीत्वा नवनीतगोलम् आबालकं बालकमाजुहाव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति विचित्रवर्णाभरणाभिरामे भिदेहि वक्त्राम्बुजराजहंसे सदा मदीये रसने अग्ररङ्गे गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति अङ्काधिरूढं शिशुगोपगूढं स्थानं धयन्तं कमलैककान्तं सम्बोधयामास मुदा यशोदा गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति क्रीडन्तमन्तर्व्रजमात्मनं स्वं समं वयस्यै पशुपालबालै प्रेम्णा यशोदा प्रजुहाव कृष्णं गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति यशोदया गाढमुलूखलेन गोकण्ठपाशेण निबध्यमानं रुरोदमन्दं नवनीतभोजि गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति निजाङ्गणे कङ्कणकेलिलोलं गोपी गृहीत्वा नवनीतगोलम् आमर्दयत् पाणितलेन नेत्रे गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गृहे गृहे गोपवधूकदम्बा सर्वे मिलित्वा समवाय योगे पुण्यानि नामानि पठन्ति नित्यं गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति मन्दारमाले वदनाभिरामं बिम्बाधरे पूरितवेणुनादं गोगोपगोपी जनमध्यसंस्थं गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति उत्थाय गोप्यो पररात्र भोगे स्मृत्वा यशोदा सुतबालकेलिं गायन्ति प्रोच्चैर्दधिमन्थयन्त्यो गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति जग्धोऽथ दत्तो नवनीतपिण्डो गृहे यशोदा विचिकित्सयन्ती उवाच सत्यं वद हे मुरारे गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति अभ्यर्च्य गेहं युवती प्रवृद्ध प्रेम प्रवाहादधि निर्ममन्थ गायन्ति गोप्योऽथ सखी समेता गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति क्वचित् प्रभाते दधिपूर्णपात्रे निक्षिप्य मन्थं युवती मुकुन्दम् आलोक्य गानं विविधं करोति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति क्रीडापरं भोजनमज्जनार्थं हितैषिणी स्त्री तनुजं यशोदा आजूहवत् प्रेम परिप्लुताक्षी गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति सुखं शयानं निलये च विष्णुं देवर्षिमुख्या मुनयः प्रपन्नाः तेनाच्युते तन्मयतां व्रजन्ति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति विहाय निद्रामरुणोदये च विधाय कृत्यानि च विप्रमुख्या वेदावसाने प्रपठन्ति नित्यं गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति वृन्दावने गोपगणाश्च गोप्यो विलोक्य गोविन्द वियोगखिन्नं राधां जगुसाश्रुविलोचनाभ्यां गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति प्रभातसञ्चारगतानुगावस्तद्रक्षणार्थं तनयं यशोदा प्राबोधयत पाणितलेन मन्दं गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति प्रवालशोभा इव दीर्घकेशा वाताम्बुपर्णाशनपूतदेहा मूले तरुणा मुनयः पठन्ति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति एवं ब्रुवाणा विरहातुराभृशां व्रजा स्त्रिया कृष्णविषिक्तमानसा विसृज्य लज्जां रुरुदुस्म सुस्वरं गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोपी कदाचिन् मणिपिञ्जरस्थं शुकं वचो वाचयितुं प्रवृत्ता आनन्दकन्द व्रजचन्द्रकृष्ण गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति. This verse 20 is another verse where the shuka, the parrot, is mentioned. Gopi, kadachin, sometimes the gopi in the pinja, they keep the parrots in the pinjra, in the cage, and they are teaching the parrot to chant the names of Krishna. And the name of Krishna is Vrajachandra Krishna. My beloved Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, named our Radha Krishna deities Shri Shri Radha Vrajachandra. गोपी कदाचिन् मणिपिञ्जरस्थं शुकं वचो वाचयितुं प्रवृत्ता आनन्दकन्द व्रजचन्द्रकृष्ण गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोवत्सबालये शिशुकाकपक्षं बध्नन्तमम्बोजदलायताक्षम् उवाच माता चिबुकं गृहीत्वा गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति प्रभातकाले वरवल्लवौघा गोरक्षणार्थं धृतवेत्रदण्डा आकारयामासुरनन्तमाद्यं गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति जलाशये काल्यमर्दनाय यदा कदम्बादपतन्मुरारे गोपाङ्गनाश्चक्रुषुरेत्य गोपा गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति अक्रूर आसाद्य यदा मुकुन्दश्चापोत्सवार्थं मथुरां प्रविष्ट तदा स पौरैर्जयतीत्यभाचि गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति कंसस्य दूतेन यदैव नीतौ वृन्दावनान्ताद् वसुदेवसूनौ रुरोदगोपी भवनस्य मध्ये गोविन्ददामोदर माधवेति सरोवरे कालियनागबद्धं शिशुं यशोदा तनयं निशम्य चक्रुर्लुटन्त्य पथि गोपबाला गोविन्ददामोदर माधवेति अक्रूरयाने यदुवंशनाथं संगच्छमानं मथुरां निरीक्ष्य ऊचुर्वियोगात् किल गोपबाला गोविन्ददामोदर माधवेति चक्रन्दगोपी नलिनीवनान्ते कृष्णेन हीना कुसुमे शयाना प्रफुल्लनीलोत्पललोचनाभ्यां गोविन्ददामोदर माधवेति माता पितृभ्यां परिवार्यमाणा गेहं प्रविष्टा विललाप गोपी आगत्य मां पालय विश्वनाथ गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति वृन्दावनस्थं हरिमाशु बुद्ध्वा गोपी गता कापि वनं निशायां तत्राप्यदृष्ट्वातिभयादवोचद् गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति सुखं शयाना निलये निजेऽपि नामानि विष्णो प्रवदन्ति मर्त्याः ते निश्चितं तन्मयतां व्रजन्ति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति सा नीरजाक्षीमवलोक्य राधां रुरोद गोविन्द वियोगखिन्नां सखी प्रफुल्लोत्पललोचनाभ्यां गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति जिह्वे रसग्ने मधुरप्रिया त्वं सत्यं हितं त्वां परमं वदामि आवर्णयेथा मधुराक्षराणि गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति आत्यन्तिकव्याधिहरं जनानां चिकित्सकं वेदविदो वदन्ति संसारतापत्रयनाशबीजं गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति ताताज्ञया गच्छति रामचन्द्रे स लक्ष्मणेऽर्णजे च सीते चक्रन्दरामस्य निजा जनित्री गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति एकाकिनी दण्डककाननान्तात् सा नीयमाना दशकन्धरेण सीता तदा क्रोशदनन्यनाथा गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति रामाद्वियुक्ता जनकात्मजा सा विचिन्तयन्ती हृदि रामरूपं रुरोद सीता रघुनाथ पाहि गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति प्रसीद विष्णो रघुवंशनाथ सुरासुराणां सुखदुःखहेतो रुरोद सीता तु समुद्रमध्ये गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति अन्तर्जले ग्राहगृहीतपादो विसृष्टविक्लिष्टसमस्तबन्धु तदा गजेन्द्रो नितरां जगाद गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति हंसध्वज शङ्खयुतो ददर्श पुत्रं कटाहे प्रपतन्तमेनं पुण्यानि नामानि हरेर्जपन्तं गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति दुर्वाससो वाक्यमुपेत्य कृष्णा सा चाब्रवीत् काननवासिनीशम् अन्तः प्रविष्टं मनसा जुहाव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति ध्येय सदा योगिभिरप्रमेय चिन्ताहरश्चिन्तितपारिजात कस्तूरिकाकल्पितनीलवर्णो गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति संसारे कूपे पतितोऽत्यगाधे मोहान्धपूर्णे विषयाभितप्ते करावलम्बं मम देहि विष्णो गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति त्वामेव याचे मम देहि जिह्वे समागते दण्डधरे कृतान्ते वक्तव्यमेवं मधुरं सुभक्त्या गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति भजस्व मन्त्रं भवबन्धमुक्त्यै जिह्वे रसज्ञे सुलभं मनोज्ञं द्वैपायनाद्यैर्मुनिभिः प्रजप्तं गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोपालवंशी धररूप सिन्धो लोकेश नारायण दीनबन्धो उच्च स्वरस्त्वं वद सर्वदैव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति जिह्वे सदैव भज सुन्दराणि नामानि कृष्णस्य मनोहराणि समस्तभक्तार्तिविनाशनानि गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोपालवंशी धररूप सिन्धो लोकेश नारायण दीनबन्धो उच्च स्वरस्त्वं वद सर्वदैव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति जिह्वे सदैव भज सुन्दराणि नामानि कृष्णस्य मनोहराणि समस्तभक्तार्तिविनाशनानि गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति। और वंशीधरी गोपाल प्रभु Srila Bilomangal Thakur is saying beautiful names of Krishna: Vamshidhar, Gopal, Rupa Sindhu, Lokesh, Narayan, Deenabandhu. And then he's asking us, Uchcha Swarastvam Vada Sarvadeva. Oh, my dear friend, always in a loud voice, keep keep chanting. Govinda, Damodar, Madhava, Iti. And then addressing the tongue, Shri Bilva Mangalacharya is saying, Jivhe, my dear tongue, Sadaiva, always, Bhaja, always serve, always chant, Sundarani, the very, very beautiful names. Sundarani Namani, very beautiful names of Krishna. Krishnasya means of Krishna. Chant the beautiful name Sundarani Namani of Krishna, which are Manoharani. These names of Krishna, they steal the heart. Manahare iti hari. And Samasta Bhakta Arti Vinashanani. The potency of these holy names is Anandam Buddhivardhanam, which means the devotee will experience spiritual bliss and all the arti. Arti means the distress, the suffering, all the suffering, samasta, all the suffering, samasta arti of the bhakta, vinashanani, are completely destroyed. Vinashanani, they're completely destroyed. All the arti. Why? Because Anandam Pratipadam Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. And therefore always chant Govinda Damodara Madhaviti. Iti means these were names of Krishna. गोपालवंशीधररूपसिन्धो लोकेश नारायण दीनबन्धो उच्च स्वरस्त्वं वद सर्वदैव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति जिह्वे सदैव भज सुन्दराणि नामानि कृष्णस्य मनोहराणि समस्तभक्तार्तिविनाशनानि गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द गोविन्द हरे मुरारे गोविन्द गोविन्द मुकुन्द कृष्ण गोविन्द गोविन्द रथाङ्गपाणे गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द गोविन्द हरे मुरारे गोविन्द गोविन्द मुकुन्द कृष्ण गोविन्द गोविन्द रथाङ्गपाणे गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति सुखावसानेतिदमेव सारम् दुःखावसानेतिदमेव गेयम् देहावसानेतिदमेव जाप्यं गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति दुर्वारवाक्यं परिगृह्य कृष्ण मृगीव भीता तु कथं कथञ्चित् सभां प्रविष्टा मनसा जुहाव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति श्रीकृष्ण राधावर गोकुलेश गोपाल गोवर्धननाथ विष्णो जिह्वे पिबस्वामृतमेतदेव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति श्रीनाथ विश्वेश्वर विश्वमूर्ते श्रीदेवकी नन्दन दैत्यशत्रो जिह्वे पिबस्वामृतमेतदेव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोपीपते कंसरिपो मुकुन्द लक्ष्मीपते केशव वासुदेव जिह्वे पिबस्वामृतमेतदेव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोपीजनाह्लादकरव्रजेश गोचारणारण्यकृतप्रवेश जिह्वे पिबस्वामृतमेतदेव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति प्राणेश विश्वम्भरकैटभारे वैकुण्ठनारायण चक्रपाणे जिह्वे पिबस्वा अमृतमेतदेव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति हरे मुरारे मधुसूदनाद्य श्रीराम सीतावर रावणारे जिह्वे पिबस्वा अमृतमेतदेव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति श्रीयादवेन्द्राद्रिधराम्बुजाक्ष गोगोपगोपी सुखद्वानदक्ष जिह्वे पिबस्वामृतमेतदेव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति धराभरोत्तारण गोपवेश विहारलीला कृतबन्धुशेष जिह्वे पिबस्वामृतमेतदेव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति बकी बकाघासुरधेनुकारे केशी तृणावर्त विघात दक्ष जिह्वे पिबस्वामृतमेतदेव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति श्री जानकी जीवन रामचंद्र निशाचरारे भरताग्रजेश जिह्वे पिबस्वामृतमेतदेव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति नारायणानन्त हरे नृसिंह प्रह्लाद बाधा हरहे कृपालो जिह्वे पिबस्वामृतमेतदेव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति लीला मनुष्याकृतिरामरूप प्रतापदासीकृत सर्वभूप जिह्वे पिबस्वामृतमेतदेव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति श्री कृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव जिह्वे पिबस्वामृतमेतदेव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति वक्तुं समर्थोऽपि न वक्ति कश्चित् अहो जनानां व्यसनाभिमुख्यं जिह्वे पिबस्वामृतमेतदेव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति। श्रील बिल्वमंगल ठाकुर महाराज की जय। श्रील सनातन गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। आवर बिलोवेड फाउंडर आचार्य इस्कॉन ब्यूटी संस्थापक आचार्य जगत गुरु श्रील अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि हरि बोल।
हरे कृष्ण।